Okay, welcome to Northern Kiwi. This is the second video in sort of game design and development. This one is continuing on from the first video where we looked at basically identifying the tasks. What we've done here is I've just gone into Excel and copied down the tasks that we identified in the previous tutorial, such as making the game, designing the levels, the graphics, the text, that idea that I needed to learn how to use Unity or whatever development software you're going to need to use, creating the storyboards, flowcharts, writing the scripts, the code, the game logic and rules, so that's basically all the coding that goes on, testing, and so we've got all these, but at the moment not in any order, so we need to sort of work out which order these would go make sense to go in. So I'm just going to insert another column and a row. I'm just going to put an order. What we just need to do is go through and sort through this, work out what we need to do. So remembering this is making the assumption I've already got my main concept, now I need to basically develop it. So I probably need to do my storyboards, flowcharts, any other diagrams. This is all sort of the design phase, so I'm going to add in any extra tasks as I need to do. Okay, testing, that's going to be my last task, but I'm going to leave that numbered off until the end. Okay, now what you might also discover is that you need to sort of have some sort of subtasks. So at this sort of point, I also need to go off and learn Unity. Now, these orders are not hard and fast. I might be able to do some of these at the same sort of time as I'm able to do other tasks. But so then I need to basically sort of make the game, do all the graphics, do some of the tests, 9, 10, and I also need to document what I'm doing. And each of these tasks have got a sort of a length of time and how long they're going to take. Some of these might not be exact. Now this documentation, I want it to be ongoing because it's something I'm always going to be doing. Testing. I can actually break this down into a couple of different options. So I'm going to add another one. So I'm going to have testing the final product and also testing during the development stages. And so I'm just going to first identify some of these ongoing things. We want to limit those as much as possible. Okay, now I need to go and allocate some time. So let's assume that I have, 100 or 50 hours to go and do this. So, okay, I'm just going to go and estimate some times of how long I think these will take. I think 20 hours of actually learning Unity, 5 hours of storyboards, 5 hours for other designs, 10 hours I'm probably going to spend doing the coding, and levels maybe 5 hours, 6 hours. Now, what we'll sort of notice is that making the game is sort of an overview of doing the levels, the graphics, and the text. It sort of encompasses these three. So I can probably actually get away with removing it because I'm making the levels, I'm making the graphics, making the text, making the scripts, and all those. So I'm actually going to just, I would normally just delete that, but what I actually want to do, let's call this tasks version 1, and we're just going to duplicate it. So I've got version 2, which I'm now going to delete that. And we're testing my final product. That's going to be 5 hours. Okay, So now let's just do a simple little sort. Where is sort gone? Sort and filter. Sort smallest to largest. So now I've got my main tasks in their sort of order. What's going on? So I've now got a very good overview of what I'm going to create. Now, from this, we actually need to go and start creating our plans and putting them into a diagrammatic form so we can work out what order we're going to actually do things and what we can work out at the same time. Now, hopefully I spelled that right. Dependency. There we go. E. Okay, so I've got dependencies. What these dependencies are is things that need to be done beforehand. And all I'm just going to enter in here is the task number. So I've got the designs. I probably need some storyboards first. Learning Unity. Okay, I can't make the levels until I've learned Unity. I can't really. The graphics I can probably do separately. I might actually end up needing to actually break these graphics down into two. So I might have my Unity models and my textures. So my textures don't require any previous knowledge about Unity, but that one does, and I might say that's going to be, another 3 hours, which I didn't actually plan for. Let's actually color code that, just so I can sort of see that it's something else I've just gone and added in. Doing the text in Unity, yeah, that's probably dependent on that. The scripts are definitely, and testing the final product is going to be. The main development testing is going to be dependent on Unity as well. Now, if we look at these first three tasks, I can probably do my design. Probably get my storyboards done before I start my design. So let's put a 1 there. So that's basically just getting my main storyboards, my main outline. And I might want to get my flowcharts. Well, depends on which sort of flowcharts you're sort of looking at, but the general thing is, get your basic ideas out, then sort of adding extra details over top of them. Your documentation, that's going to happen all the time. So I've now got my dependencies. Now, at this point, what I want to sort of pause here and actually, leave it here, because this next video is going to show two different ways. Well, there'll be two videos that show different ways. One is going to be using an Excel template in Excel 2013. The other will be using Microsoft Project. A lot of the stuff that's shown in Excel 2013 should still work in previous versions of Excel. But the advantage of this 2013 one is Microsoft's provided a nice template for us to use. So let's see you in the next video.